Hello there, I am Kaden Manpour and I am doing my first finale review. I am doing the Ironheart finale. And honestly, I have a lot of thoughts on this, so I'm going to get right into it. There are quite a few good things about this finale. I truly believe Ezekiel is one of the best characters of the show. I love the way he's such a conflicted character who truly just wanted to chill at home, not stepping in dog poop with a house with technology worth over millions of dollars. But I really was rooting for him the whole time, even when he was forced to kill Riri, though I will get more into his change later on. Once again, Riri used her Tobey Maguire stopping a train while constipated face to really do amazing acting for PTSD. I really like the way they brought up PTSD with seriousness and dressed it for multiple people probably sensitive to this situation. Then there are a few conversations she had with her boyfriend that at first I didn't catch on to what they were discussing, but then I realized that they are discussing real things people have said about AI, about whether AI is going to honor people and keep them forever, like Star Wars did with Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One and Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian, or if it just dishonors them in respect to what they have done and move on, like kind of what Star Wars did with Andor. Also, the suits in this show are amazingly better than in Wakanda Forever, because I always thought that the CGI of the Ironheart suit in that movie didn't fit with the tone of that movie, but the rustic looks of the suit combined with the heart-wrenching scene where they destroyed a beautiful car to simply make another suit looked way better than her obviously CGI suit in Wakanda Forever. Along with that, I will never get over how good Marvel is at making sympathetic villains, because that one line when he mentioned how his dad left him at 12 made me realize how everything he has done was completely justified in his point of view. I've also appreciated ever since the Marvels, it feels like they are finally rewarding their viewers for watching all of their stuff. Like the Marvels was a compilation of WandaVision, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and kind of Secret Invasion. Deadpool Wolverine was a compilation of all the Fox Marvel properties. And Captain America Brave New World was a compilation of Falcon the Winter Soldier and the Incredible Hulk for some reason. And with the Ironheart, there was so many references to Madripoor from Falcon the Winter Soldier, a school at Carmitage, which was shown in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And then, of course, they brought up the age-old question of where are the other superheroes when they mentioned Shuri, and the answer is because the show would be solved. I mean, because she's embarrassed or something. That question is the exact reason I started a segment called Where the Heck is Spider-Man? Where I asked the question, where the heck is Spider-Man? And the answer is the same as always. Sony didn't want him to be in this show. But in the context of the show, before I begin, I would like to start by saying I was working on an ultimate MCU timeline of all the Marvel movies, and I realized that this show is based in a weird part of the MCU. Since it's based right after Wakanda Forever, that means it's based exactly when it came out, mid-2025. Which, to put into perspective, Thunderbolts Asterix takes place in 2027. Which is all because of the time jump at Endgame of 5 years later, so only 6 months would have passed since No Way Home, so Spider-Man would just have been starting out, and I don't think he would have enough time to swing to Chicago, even if one of the bad guys basically looks like a Electro. And that is, where the heck is Spider-Man? Now, it wasn't perfect. In fact, there were quite a few problems. Like, they kept seeming to make the mom even worse of a human being. She keeps asking about what is wrong, even though as her mother, she should probably not need her daughter to explain that she is traumatized from watching her father die. And let's just say the show didn't need a really cool final fight. Why in the world would she tell her daughter not to try to protect her and her family now that the Hood thinks she's dead, and then send her out to fight this gun-shooting demon and Electro? I mean, Ironmonger Jr., I mean, Ezekiel, or Joe? Wait, he keeps calling himself Joe. Is his villain named Joe? Another thing I would like to say, and this might be nitpicking, but I learned from this show that if I am in what I will say is a really cool fight scene with a gang, and they throw a bomb at me, trays are magic. Like, if Rachel had a tray in the Dark Knight movie, half its problems would have been solved. Why didn't Christopher Nolan think of that?
That, FYI, was sarcasm.
Now here is my final review of the last scene of the show. To recap, Emperor Palpatine created a plan where Anakin would kill Count Dooku and become his new apprentice. I mean, an entity had a plan where Riri would defeat Parker so that entity could make a deal with Riri. In my last video, I theorized that the whole series was leading to Dormammu. And those two first episodes really teased that I might have been right. Until this one line established who this guy is and how scary he is.
Dormammu! That ugly pillock isn't fit to clean my glorious...
And that guy is...
So, you can call me Mephisto.
Now, I was worried that they weren't going to do the character justice just having him be in the last episode, but that one small part in the jailbreak scene, when it was metaphorically showing that Zeke is going down a road that he cannot come back from, is a really cool way to show a villain who we most likely will see in a future project like Spider-Man Brand New Day or Doctor Strange 3. Also, it makes all of the deals in the show even more highlighted with the themes, because Mephisto's greatest power is to trick people into signing contracts. Did anyone else notice on the reflection of the spoon, it shows his comic accurate look of Mephisto, because that was one jump scare for me. But going back to the actual scene, I genuinely was surprised Riri took the deal, because it felt like Riri has learned nothing from this season. And all the things with Natalie in the post-credit scene reminded me of Hercules in Love and Thunder, and Harry Styles as Star Fox in Eternals. A bunch of endings that probably won't pay off. So later on, I learned about a show in production called Strange Academy, which will probably pay off all of this stuff in the post-credit scene. But I thought Marvel was done with those endings. And I don't know, what are they going to do with Natalie? It makes me wonder once again, where is all this going? But overall, it was a really good show compared to some of the other Disney shows. And what did you guys think of the last 3 episodes of Ironheart? Please like and subscribe, and this is Caden Mampor saying...
You stick classy.